So I just think that like about, you know, like a woman that has no boundaries. I think that she's, first of all, a chick with no boundaries is the most dangerous chick that a man could be with.
I agree.
You agree with that? Mm-hmm. Like, because she has no boundaries. So that means like there are no rules for her.
Right.
So basically what I'm saying is that I think that she's dead. You know what I mean?
Like her soul is dead?
Yeah, like if you have no boundaries, like if 4 dudes could, you know, fuck the chick and like run through her, she gets trains pulled on her, she smokes weed, like she just always, she has no rules. Mm-hmm. I think that she's dead inside, like she has no boundaries, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't think that a person could be that dumb. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like nobody on this planet is that dumb to where you're constantly getting fucked up shit happening to you when it comes to men. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not that dumb. Nobody's that dumb.
Right. She's choosing to be. She's
So,
choosing to not think.
Right. So I think that when you have a woman that has no boundaries is by far the most dangerous woman on the planet. Anybody, a man too. A man with no boundaries, get the fuck away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
because they're reckless.
That's very, very dangerous to be around people that have no boundaries. You have no rules, no morals, no values, and you're just that's just a dangerous person. Like but I like I said, I think that a woman with no boundaries is dead inside. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, anyways, let's get to what happened to us yesterday. So
that was crazy.
So we're at the movies yesterday, you guys. We're parking under this underground. You want to tell the story, babe?
The parking garage. So we went in and we're parking, you know, in the parking garage.
And we noticed these tickets on cars.
Right. Just certain cars had tickets, not all of them. And so we were wondering, we didn't see anywhere where you had to take like a slip, you know, for parking. And so
we didn't know if we had to pay first.
Right, because there was no like paying station or anything. There were no signs up anywhere. And so we got out the car and we saw this white couple. And we asked
with
them,
a kid. They had a kid like an 8-year-old or something like
that. And so we were asking them, hey, you know, do you know if we're supposed to pay for parking here? And they were like, you know, what did they say? They said, yeah, like the businesses have the parking thing inside where it could give you like validation for free parking.
Right.
Whatever, so you have to go in and do that at the movie theater. And my husband was saying, well, you know, I didn't want to just walk up to one of the cars with the parking sticker on it.
Nope.
Because he's black.
That's not a good look for me.
Right.
That's not a good look. Especially black. In the climate that we're in today, you guys. A black man walking up to other motherfuckers' cars in a parking lot, that's not a good look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so that crossed his mind, obviously. And so he didn't go up to the car, but the white guy, he just walked freely up to the car.
He didn't think twice.
Right. And he just, in order to like read the parking sticker or whatever on one of the cars.
It took a little bit of time.
Yeah, he even, what is it? The windshield wiper. He even like lifted up the windshield wiper of the car.
Of somebody else's car.
Yeah, he wasn't even worried about how that would look. He was just so like he's a free American. He's a true free American. Because
blacks and whites live in 2 different Americas.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? But the point is that what did I say to the chick to his chick when he went and lifted up the windshield wipers and all that?
Well, he can do that because he's white. That's what you said.
I said that to who?
You said that to the wife.
And what did she say?
She was not amused at all.
I don't think she knew how to take it. You know what I'm saying? I was just real. I was like, well, I was like, wow, it's good to be white because I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have walked up and moved the motherfuckers. I don't know whose car that is and moved the windshield wipers but what I'm getting at is that just the fact that it didn't even cross his mind that, wow, what are people gonna, if a cop sees me or someone sees me, what are they gonna think I'm doing to this car? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He has that, being white, he gets the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that white people understand that because they've never had to. You know what I mean?
And that's why she was not amused,
right?
Because that never crossed her mind.
Right. It's crazy. But I guarantee you, she thought about that later. Like, damn, like, or she might have said something to him, like, wow, that black guy said that, you could just freely go up to a car that you don't even know whose car that is.
Right, where he can't do that.
Right, I can't do that because I'll be judged. You know what I mean? So like, oh, what is this guy doing? Are you trying to break in the car? Even though I don't look nothing like that, it doesn't matter to them. I still have black skin. You know, so I purposely said that to her, you guys, to this white lady. I purposely said, wow, you know, it's good to be white, because I damn sure wouldn't have went up to a car in a parking lot that is not my car. You know what I mean?
You wanted to put that in her mind.
Oh, for sure. But she didn't take it well, and I think she was kind of caught off guard too. You know, but that's fine.
Because that's not her life.
Nope.
She doesn't see that in her everyday life.
So
She's
she
white.
right.
She has a white husband.
She might not have understood that, but that's fine. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into this. So the reason me saying that was that we just live in two different Americas, and that the fact that, like my wife said, that's disgusting, babe, that you even have to think like that. And I said, yeah, you're right, it is. But in America, that's how black men have to think. It's disgusting that that's even on my mind, isn't it? That's disgusting that I can't be like that white guy and just walk up to the fucking car and just lift somebody else's windshield wipers up and read a note that's on their fucking car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're right, it is disgusting, but that has to be in my mind, you know? So there's things that are in my mind that are not in white people's minds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I have to survive, and they don't. You know what I'm saying?
And they've made it that way.
Well, privilege, the privilege of being white is not having to know. That doesn't have to be in their mental. You know what I mean? But it has to be in mine. So let's get on with this email. What's this email called?
Okay, so this one is called Can I Do Better? Okay, they say, hello, I'm writing to you with a problem and I hope you can help me out. Where do I start? It's been a long road. I've been with my son's father since I was 17 and I will be 30 next month.
Damn!
That's a long time.
But hold on, let me tell you the problem with what's wrong with that. When you're 17 and you've been with we've been together a long time too, but when you're 17 and then you're 30, you know, I always like to talk to people like that because I always wonder, like, with like chicks or dudes, is it almost impossible to not want to like experience other people? Because like those are her better years of her life.
Right.
17 to...
That she's given to this man who obviously will not wife her up because she says, my son's father.
So she's not even married to this guy?
No.
But I just wonder, like, do people get curious? Like, I've asked you that. You know, do you get curious about other men? Do you like, it's human nature to like maybe see someone else attractive or whatever. But yeah, that I'm always intrigued by couples that have been together since like when they were younger, and all their 20s they've been with the same man. You know what I mean? And vice versa. The guy has had the same pussy all his adult life. You know what I mean? And so I just always wonder, like, you know, do those people get curious? You know what I'm saying?
They might. I mean, I guess it depends. It depends on, like, for me, I think you would get curious if, like, you knew you could do better.
I don't even know if it's just that. I think that people, they get curious because it's a big world. You know what I mean? But you can't really ask your wife or your girlfriend, do you get curious? Because that's not something that you wouldn't be honest with me anyways.
Sure,
you know,
I would.
No,
we're very honest with each other.
You're right, but just because you say that doesn't mean that there's got to be some things that a wife or a girlfriend's not honest with their husband or boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I said, like when we were sitting around and, you know, some of your girlfriends are saying how they would, you know, tell their husbands, you know, oh, baby, your dick is so big, you're so good in bed. And, you know, even when they were saying that they weren't that good in bed or whatever.
Those are just, that's not really a lie. I wouldn't really say that's a lie. You're pumping up your husband. That's what a wife's role is.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I think a guy is stupid when he really believes that, you know, oh, you know, like she's moaning like you got a 14-inch dick in her, and, you know, like you just have to be, men have to be realistic when it comes to, you know, sex and just life in general. Like, Don't lie to yourself. You're not the Don Juan of fucking bitches.
Well, she's obviously enjoying it if she's, moaning and stuff. She's obviously enjoying it.
I guess. But I'm just saying, like, I was just wondering, like, like couples that have been together since they were, like, this couple 17. Like if she's been curious or whatever. But anyways, let me not interrupt you. Let's cherry on.
Okay, so she says, we've had our rough times, but I know men hold loyalty very high, so I've been loyal to him through everything. He's been a bit of trouble since I met him. The typical gang-related, drug-related, been to prison twice kind of guy.
Damn, twice?
And he's currently serving time. Definitely living the fast life. Well, my son is 8 now, almost 9, and he's at the age where he needs a good role model, and whether I like it or not, he looks up to his father. My son's father tries to be there for him as much as he can.
How? He's in prison all the fucking time.
I don't know, but to me, that could just be her trying to, clean him up too, though. But to me, I feel like I'm raising 2 sons. I've been by his side through all the tribulations, hoping he would see my efforts and change to become more responsible. Now I'm at a point where I want to give it up. I need a good role model for my son. Should I leave with my son? If you could help, I would appreciate it.
Okay, so you take a crack at this. What do you think?
I don't think she could do better, only because if she chose actually from 17 all the way.
You don't think she could do better? You don't think she could at least get a fucking guy that's not in jail, that's not in prison?
No, because this is exactly what she thinks of herself. You choose who you date and who you marry. That's who you believe you deserve. And so for her to be with this man who's been to prison twice and he's currently in prison, he does drugs or he's drug related, whatever, he's gang related, all those things, her being with him, that's what she thinks of herself. So until she can think better of herself, no, I don't think she could do better.
Maybe she does think she could do better now. That's why she's questioning it. Maybe she was in that phase where that was all fine and dandy, that was fun and all that. But obviously she's growing up. She said that she wants her kid to have a father, a role model in his life. And I think that she needs to believe that she could do better. Yes, I think she can do better. I think she can at least get a guy that's not a fucking jailbird and that, can at least be there. And I mean, I don't think a stepdad can love the child like the real father can, But I think that she can do better. And I do think that you should move on. And I think you should get this prison guy. It's so hard for me to say, get the prison guy out of your son's life. Because it's like, okay, the guy's fucked up, but he's fucked up in life. But to have the father not be in the son's life at all, I think that's fucked up too. You know what I mean?
I don't know if she could get another guy, like a simp or whoever, to take that on, because I'm sure she has a lot of baggage, not just her 8-year-old, but she has a lot of baggage, I'm sure. So if she could even hypothetically find a guy to take that on, I think she doesn't seem like the kind of person that would demand a man to be responsible, because look, she let him go. So where she went wrong was she thought that just being loyal, because men hold loyalty so high, so valuable, she just thought that being loyal to this man was going to make him more responsible. And that doesn't, you have to demand that out of the man. And it just be, oh, I'm gonna ride for you, and then I'm gonna expect you to just be this responsible man who you're clearly not. But because I'm so loyal to you, I want you to see that, and I want you to change. How does that sound?
I think that the light has clicked on her brain, and I think that she's seeing that, she fucked up, and, being loyal to him nothing's coming out of it. It's not coming back to her. So I think that, to answer your question, I think you should move on. I think, don't let your son see his father, go to the prison and see his father. We don't know how long he's in there, if he's getting out or whatever, but I do think that you should move on personally, and just I mean, you're not really counting your losses because there are no losses. So, but I do think you should move on and just let the father see his son when the father gets out, I guess. I also think, though, that it's not really healthy for the son to go to the prison to visit his dad.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't think that she should cut the father completely out of her son's life? Because he is not a good influence at all.
Okay, he's not. But at the same time, like, we're not... I just don't think that just because a man is fucked up in life and went to jail and stuff, we don't really have the right to tell him, no, you can't see your child. Like, it's still his child. That's his son. And I just think that even though he's fucked up, you still have to unless he's abusing the child or whatever, then you can do that. But I think just because he's went to prison and he's in prison currently, that you shouldn't keep him from interacting with his son.
I disagree with that, because once you become a parent, now your sole purpose in life is to create a good human being who's gonna be now an asset to society.
I understand, but I differ with you. I think that I understand he's not a good role model, but I still think that the son that's his maker. His father is his maker. That's his bloodline. I just think personally that, we don't know if there's other things that have went on. Like, we don't know if the man is a bad father other than him going to prison. He might be a good dad other than him going to prison. So I just don't think you should cut off this father just because he went to prison. I think that you should still allow him to be in his son's life. That's my opinion. Now, is he a good role model? Fuck no. But I still think that I just have a hard time saying cut this man from seeing his son. That's my opinion. And we don't know how much longer he'll be in prison or whatever either. But I'm just saying that's just my opinion. But what I do think that you should do is I don't think you should be with him anymore. I think you've outgrown him. And I think that you should move on and date somebody that's, better for you. Because obviously, I think that you've grown up. I think that you're changing. That's why you're seeing that the father, this prison guy, is no good for you and your son. But I don't think you should take him away from seeing his father. I just don't think he should do that. Unless the father's like abusive or trying to sell drugs in front of the kid or whatever, I think you should still allow this man to be in his child's life.
I just can't agree with you, because this man has had 8 years to be a good father.
I agree. Here's the thing.
8 years.
I agree. We could agree to disagree, though, because me and you, we disagree on this. I agree. He's not a good role model for the child or not. I understand. But at the same time, I just personally, like I said, I have a problem cutting this man off from his child. That's just that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I do think that she personally should move on and date somebody else, somebody that's healthy for you. You know what I mean? But I have a hard time saying that you should not let this boy interact with his biological father. I just think that's fucked up. But you guys, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think. Do you side with the missus? And you think that she should totally cut this guy out of her child's life? Or do you agree on more my side and feel like she personally should just move on and date someone else, but still not really totally cut the father out of the son's life, given that the dad's not like selling drugs or beating the son or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you guys leave us a comment down below, and this is a tough one, and let us know what you think.